How's it going, everyone? Kevin here from Roll On Gaming. Now, I know I said it'd be a little bit before we put out our first official podcast on this channel, but we got some really exciting artwork today from the folks over at Fantasy Flight Games, Star Wars Unlimited. So I wanted to share that with you and share why I'm excited, not just for the art and what it is, but for what it could mean down the road in Star Wars Unlimited. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Oh, it's beautiful. This Death Trooper artwork on Scarif with Death Troopers behind, firing on the enemy. That's right, I said enemy. Long live the Empire. There's an incredible piece of art by Borja Pindado, easily already in my top 2 of Star Wars Unlimited artworks that have been released so far. Obviously, you've got to give Darth Vader his props because that artwork is clean and awesome and the flagship artwork of the set. But this is tremendous and really something I'm excited about. And I'm not just excited about the art, because that means in some form or fashion we're going to have Death Troopers in the first set of Star Wars Unlimited. But it also leads me to believe that we're going to have someone else in the set, and that is taken from the caption on the tweet as well, which reads, "You, on the other hand, die with the rebellion," by director Orson Krennic from Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Now, why do I think Krennic is affected by this artwork? Well, for starters, FFG has had a history of pairing Death Troopers and director Krennic side by side in their Star Wars games. Let's see some examples, starting with the Star Wars LCG. Here we have the director Krennic card from that set. It's in the objective set Immeasurable Power, and I know the ability is a little small here on the screen, so I'll just go ahead and read it for you. There's a reaction ability that reads, "After a phase begins, spend one resource to target each unit you control named Death Trooper. Until the end of the phase, each targeted unit gains choose one, Elite, Shielding, or Edge 1. So you've got Director Krennic influencing Death Troopers. Within the same objective set, you've got Death Troopers. There are 3 of them, influencing Director Krennic because each Death Trooper card reads Protect Director Krennic. That is a similar function to what we've seen in other Star Wars games, like Star Wars Destiny. Here we have the Director Krennic from Spirit of Rebellion. This was easily one of my favorite decks I ever played, was Krennic and a Death Trooper when Spirit of Rebellion came out. I had middling success with it because, again, it's not an amazing die. It's only a 3-die start until you get into the ability, but I had a lot of fun. I played it exclusively from release. Tremendous deck. That ability that I mentioned reads, after you activate this character, if you control the battlefield, roll a Death Trooper die into your pool. Set aside that die after it is resolved or removed. So if you have the battlefield, all of a sudden your 3-die start becomes a 4-die start. Again, Krennic, Death Trooper, hand in hand. They work so beautifully together. But then you're thinking, listen, Kevin, I read the Covert Missions Director Krennic. It says nothing about Death Troopers. There are no Death Troopers in the picture. That Director Krennic doesn't have any range sides. Well, if you remember, there was a Death Trooper card that was also released as a part of Covert Missions that says, while you control Director Krennic, this character has Guardian. So, again, you have this theme of Krennic and Death Troopers working together harmoniously, which translates potentially to what we could see from both Krennic and Death Troopers in Star Wars Unlimited. So, what would that potentially look like? Well, if Director Krennic is a leader, which he potentially could be. I mean, who doesn't want to follow Director Krennic? He was on the verge of greatness. He was this close. How would he influence Death Troopers as a leader? There's a potential for, if he deploys to the battlefield, as we've seen Luke and Vader have the potential to do, maybe he deploys to the battlefield with a Death Trooper by his side, either from your hand, your deck, or your discard pile. That would definitely fit the theme of him not going anywhere without his personal bodyguard. Okay, that's one possibility. Maybe he's not a leader. Maybe he, like Grand Moff Tarkin, which we've already seen from the starter decks, maybe he's just a ground unit. So how could Krennic and Death Troopers work together as ground units? Maybe we see something very similar to the Guardian mechanic in Star Wars Unlimited, where Death Troopers protect Director Krennic and are able to absorb damage that would otherwise be directed at Krennic. That's definitely something that would also continue to fit the theme. It's not like he hides behind his Death Troopers, but, he uses them to his advantage as he continues to rise in the ranks. As you can see, I really like Director Krennic. But there's definitely some exciting possibilities of what we could see from both Death Troopers, as illustrated by this beautiful artwork, and a potential Director Krennic in the first set of Star Wars Unlimited. But what do you think? Comment down below as to what you would hope to see from either Krennic or a Death Trooper, and also share your thoughts on this video. What do you think of these instant analysis videos? Do you want to see more? Do you want to see less? Do I talk too much? It's all good. I understand. Until then, we're going to continue to put out content. Again, our podcast episodes are coming very soon. We just got to get a few more things worked out, and then we'll be right in your airwaves. But for now, for my brother Corwin, who I promise is on this podcast, he's just not here today. I'm Kevin, signing off. Have a great day, everyone.